Alright, today I'm going to be showing you how to make some homemade sausage gravy. And I know it's something I ate as a child growing up. My grandmother, both of my grandmothers used to make it. And it was kind of a staple around the house, especially on the weekends. And there's really nothing any better than, than sausage gravy. Some um, white gravy, as some people call it, and then some good old-fashioned homemade buttermilk biscuits, and slice them open and put the sausage gravy on top. For a while I was scared to try it. I thought it was only something my grandmother could make. But then I finally decided to tackle it one day, and I said, hey, if she made it, surely I can make it. And so it's basically pretty easy. The first time I tried it, I got a little frustrated because it didn't turn out right, but if you follow these steps, I think you'll have good success with it. So as you can see, I put a pound of sausage in here. I just bought a pound roll. You can get it at Walmart or whatever your local grocery store is. Get you a pound of sausage, mild or hot. This is mild. I don't like anything too hot. And then crumble it up as I've done here. I like it pretty crumbly, so as it's browning, I just constantly keep taking it and crumbling it up. And cook it till there's no pink, and all the pink is just about gone out of this, as you can see. And I'm going to cut my heat down just a little bit, down to medium or a little below. Then this next step, the sausage is cooked. I'm going to take some all-purpose flour, and I'm going to take that and put about, I'm going to make it a little bigger. I usually don't measure it, but I'm going to take and sprinkle the flour on top of the sausage. And I'm actually going to put closer to a half a cup, so I'm going to put 2 of these. I'm going to make a big batch of it here, and just sprinkle that over it. And then you can use the spatula, or I'm going to do this, make it a little bit easier. Take a fork and only cook it for probably about a minute. Just keep the heat here, as I say, around medium. You don't want to burn it or scorch your flour or your meat. And just work it in the sausage really good. Just keep this up. As you can see, the sausage is soaking up most of that flour. And again, you can do this without the sausage in there. A lot of times I'll just cook sausage, maybe sausage patties, take the sausage out, and, you know, eat it with biscuits or what have you. And then just leave the grease in the skillet. Don't pour any of it out. And then just the same thing that I did. Put your flour in there. And then the rest of the steps will be the same as well. Just without the meat. So it's just about ready. Doesn't look like much now. But we take about, I've got about 3 cups of milk here. Again, I usually don't measure it, but today I did for the video. And just put it in a little at a time. Maybe just work it up a little bit as you're putting it in. When you first do this, you'll say, oh man, I've made a mess. It's not going to be thick enough. But just give it time. Just give it a little time. So, I'm going to let this set for a little bit. Now, some people do this and some people don't. Some people say that it works, some don't. I like to do it. Take a pinch of salt. I'm going to put a couple pinches of not salt, sugar, I'm sorry, a couple of pinches of sugar and put in there. And you say, why would you want sugar? Well, some people swear by it and say that the sugar actually adds, or helps rather, with the caramelization of it. Anyway, just helps the milk mixture, the gravy mixture, helps it to maybe brown a little bit more. It may or may not work for you, but I like to put a pinch in there. Alright, so we're just going to let this set a little bit. Again, about medium heat. If you're in a hurry, you can crank it up a little more. The main thing, you just don't want to scorch it. Be patient with it and just keep stirring it a little bit. And we'll be back in just a minute. Alright, as this is cooking and thickening up, I like to go ahead and crush some black pepper on there. To me, the black pepper has a little bit, I don't know, just a little bit better taste to me, and I love the taste of it. And go ahead and put a little bit of salt to your taste. I might have put a little too much. As you can see, that's really starting to thicken up. I'm going to cut the heat back a little bit. And one thing to remember, if it gets too thick, if it starts getting too thick on you, it's not a big deal. You can always add extra milk to it. Got a few drops there left over. But you can always add a little bit more flour if you need to. Add a little bit more milk. Adjust it to how you need it. Some people like their gravy runny. Some people like their gravy thick. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and cut my heat all the way down to low and let this set for a little bit, because it's going to be a little bit before we eat. Got to wait on the biscuits. But as you can see, that's starting to thicken up nicely. And it's oh so good. So don't be afraid to try it. I hope this video helped you. This is some good old-fashioned sausage gravy. So if you enjoyed this video or if it helped you any, feel free to leave a comment below. And again, thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.